Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sicilian Corner. Lou, how are you?
Very good. I like Mary Ann dancing. I see more dancing.
You know, how do you describe having her on the air with us as our co-host? I mean, she has so many descriptive adjectives in front of her name. I don't know where the heck to begin. But, I mean, cookbook author. I mean, Mary Ann, 14 books?
14 going on 15. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were writing another. Oh, this is good. I'm glad you're coming on with us.
Yeah.
PBS TV host of Ciao Italia, which is on its 36th consecutive year. That's unbelievable.
I know.
I call her a diplomat because when it talk about being an ambassador of goodwill, let me tell you, this is the lady. Unbelievable.
Wow, she's been on as long as The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wow. This is a tough crowd. This is a tough crowd.
36 years. That's a long run.
No,
That's
actually,
right.
it's not 36. It's 30. We're going to our 31st season. I don't know where we got there. Yeah.
Oh,
Where we
31st.
got that, they're wrong. You know, I got to talk to those people.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm listening. Mary Ann,
Yeah.
you've been you appeared on TV, QVC. You were on the Today Show, actually. That was quite an honor, I'm sure.
Mhm. Yes.
Martha Stewart, the radio show you've been on. I mean, you really, you know, and I think you're having as much fun now as you did when you started over 30 years ago.
Well, I know a lot more now. Let me put it that way. You know, when I started, I knew about Italian regional food, but now I know a hell of a lot more about Italian regional food.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday I was up at the beach, up at Salisbury, and I'm a winter person.
Me too. I like winter.
I think you get more things done in the winter than you do any time during the summer. The house has never been cleaner. I'm very proud of it. The other day I took my dining room apart. My dining room set, Mary Ann, I purchased it in 1964.
Oh, wow. Real wood. It's real wood.
Oh,
Yeah.
it weighs a
none
ton.
of this. Yeah.
I mean, the hutch, the whole freaking 9 yards. And I have tile floor, and the grout needed a little bit of TLC, so I stripped everything out of there, and I got that grout looking, and it looks brand new. I mean, really, after all these years. But that set, like you said, I looked at it. I put 3 or 4 coats of polish on the dining room table, and it's got the leaf, so I think it's got 3 leaves, so you know what I'm talking about. I think
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
12 to 14 people on it.
Yeah.
And I polished that sucker up, and you know, I looked at it last night, and I had the fireplace going. I'm looking at it, and I'm saying, "Wow, thing looks brand new." I mean,
think about this. Who has dining rooms anymore? Now homes are built. Nobody has a dining room because nobody entertains anymore. They don't have dining rooms.
What a shame.
It is a shame. It's a pity. Yeah.
You know, the holidays, I mean, we'd be 26 to 28 people, you know, I mean, from soup to nuts. I don't have to tell you. I mean, but one of the funniest things I think about when it comes to the holidays was, and you met my wife who has passed away, Lucille.
Yes, Lucille.
We would work together as a team, and I had, you know, 2 stoves and the whole one for roast beef, and you know, the other boiling the water and the pasta. But we could put on a meal for 26 people, and we wouldn't even communicate. We wouldn't talk. She'd look at me, and I'd nod my head. That meant the water's boiling, and put the pasta in.
You had a system.
My nieces, Marie and Joanne, used to get the biggest charge out of it. She said, "How can you guys do this without even talking to each other?" And to this day, I mean, they bring it up. My niece Joanne brings it up a lot, and I find it funny. And back then I didn't even realize, you know, and the days of getting a whole ribeye and cooking it and then putting it on a cutting board and have people come into the kitchen area, and if you were a woman, you wanted a thinner slice, or you wanted an inch
Yeah.
thick, and I'd be up there carving away. Who wanted a well done? Gee, today you'd have to take a mortgage for Pete's sake to try to buy
Oh
a
my
whole
goodness.
ribeye. I
They
mean,
are so
the
expensive.
prices.
Well,
I don't know how young families do it.
well, they don't. They don't buy those cuts of meat, I mean, and most families, the young families that I see, they eat a lot of, not so great stuff. They eat out, fast food, and yeah, not good. This is why we have so many incidences right now of, diabetes. We've got heart conditions in young people. We're seeing cancer in young people.
It's a
Part of that's
shame.
got to be the diet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. I look at some of these young children that, 1, 2, 3 years old. These poor kids haven't done a thing, and they have to suffer the way they're suffering. I don't know. I mean, I'm somewhat religious. I call
No,
myself
you're not.
a Catholic. I,
Okay.
yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. I believe in a supreme being, but
Yes,
I
okay.
question sometimes when I see the pain
I know.
that people
Why?
have to go through today's
Right.
day and age with the
Yeah.
technology, Louis.
Yep.
I don't get it. I kept my wife at home with me, and she died at home, and to see what that woman went through for the last couple of years, jeepers creepers. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I question it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, for people who are not familiar with you,
Mhm.
you started off as, you wanted to be an elementary teacher, and you
No,
would
I
have
didn't.
no?
No. I wanted to be a
Am I
high school
interviewing
teacher.
Mary Ann
Yeah.
Esposito?
Yes. Well, there's a lot of hooey out there about me. I just
You know something?
what?
I think it was on your website.
No, I was never an elementary school
Okay.
teacher.
What
I
did
wa
you went to school? What did you wanna be?
I wanted to be a high school teacher.
Oh, a
Yeah.
high school
A
teacher.
high school teacher. I wanted to be a high school history teacher.
Ah,
And because, I would pretend when I was a kid, I was, maybe 9 or 10. My aunt gave me this antique desk, and it was one of those roll top desks. And
yeah.
I would put it in our little back storage room, and I would pretend I was a teacher. I had like a bulletin board, pasting up things on the bulletin board. I'm teaching, talking to myself. But
I love it.
I always knew from a young age that that's what I wanted to do. And you know what? I haven't really steered from that too much because now I just have a bigger classroom. That's all. It's
Hmm.
called television.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What area of history did you specialize in? Were
I,
you
I
really
taught
attracted
I
to?
taught American history, and it's funny you should ask me about that because just the other day I got a letter from a student that I taught way back in 19 something whatever, who is now a nun in a Franciscan order in Buffalo, New York, asking me to come and help them with this jubilee that they're going to do because it's 800 years since Saint Francis died. And it was just so heartening to
Oh,
realize
I'm
that
sure.
you could impact someone's life like that. So that was kind of like a little treasure. But yeah, I did. I taught school for a long time before I went to culinary school.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's, it's funny how life sometimes takes you in different directions,
It
huh?
it it really is. And in the memoir that I'm writing, the title right now is Eating My Words because, I've taught people how to read recipes and cook, so they're really eating my words. But it's funny how where life takes you because I tell you in the beginning of this book how much I hated dealing with food. My mother, my grandmothers, my aunts, oh my God, that's all they ever did in, abundanza style. And
Right.
I hated it. I hated being dragged into that whole thing of skinning tomatoes and, peeling peaches and putting up pears in mint sauce and, 50 pounds of pasta every week. It was ridiculous. And I said, I am never doing this stuff. So there you are.
Wow. You have a couple of people saying good morning to you. Our friend, Roger Trudell, who you know, he says,
Yes. Hi, Roger.
he says, "Good morning to all. Nice to see
Yeah.
you, Mary Ann, once again."
Yeah.
And I don't know this woman, so I'm sure you're familiar with her. Her name is Valerie Cordron, I believe you would say it. Uh,
Valerie,
Hi,
Valerie.
Mary Ann. I don't know if you can see that.
I
Uh,
see her name, but I
yeah,
don't remember. But hi, Valerie. I
there
haven't
you,
forgotten you. Yeah, I remember you now.
there you go. There you go. We were talking, today being Friday and we're in the lentil season.
Yeah.
Um, fish is on the agenda, and
Yes.
something that's a tradition I like to maintain, and it's
Yes.
something that I grew up with, and something I really do not mind uh, doing.
Hmm.
Now, at your house, you're cooking fish right now, right?
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
I'm you know, I'm make dinner in the morning kind of person because then I know what the rest of my day is going to be like. So I try
understandable.
to, yeah, I'm sure you do that too. I like to do pre-prep. Um, so I, this morning, after I had my cup of tea, I decided I would thinly slice some zucchini, cut up some cherry tomatoes, thinly slice some onion, put a little bit of olive oil down in a big pan, and then make layers of just this raw zucchini, the tomatoes, then the onions. So then I pre-baked that because now I'm going to put fish on top of that, but I want everything needs to cook
Right,
at the same time.
right.
So I did par cook the vegetables, which I did. So now I've got flounder, which I'm going to do tonight, and I've just seasoned it. Salt, pepper, a little olive oil, some base seasoning, fish seasoning, and I'm going to bake that in the oven. It's going to be served with some rice, and that's going to be our Lenten supper. Yeah, we tend to eat a lot of fish, a
And
lot more fish than meat.
something, we're in an area where the fish is absolutely incredible.
Oh, yeah,
Um, I
not
mean,
cheap, but yeah, it's
I
very
know you
pricey now.
I know you travel to, Italy quite a bit, and,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, there are areas, especially in Sicily, boy, the swordfish,
Oh
oh,
yes. Oh yes.
man, let me tell you,
Yes.
and I love swordfish. It's
Yeah.
just not, you can't get as nice, I like it nice and thick, and, uh,
Yeah.
but what a wonderful, wonderful white meat to eat. It really is. It's just lovely.
It is, and the best thing to do with that is grill it. But you know what they do in Sicily that's interesting too?
Yeah,
They'll often put like a caponata on top of it. You know what
I've
caponata
had it that
is?
way. Yeah, and
Yeah,
Shaka.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, delicious, delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so today, or this afternoon, when do you normally have supper? Do you have a combination lunch and supper together, or
Well, I have to wait until my husband Gaetano is finished practicing the piano. And that is right. So every
hence,
day I say,
hence,
well, what time is dinner? What time is dinner? And usually we have dinner around 6:30. Don't like to
okay,
have dinner too late because it's not good for you to eat late, even though the
yeah.
Italians don't eat until 8:30, as you know, in Italy. If you tried to get into a restaurant at 7 o'clock, they'd look at you like,
Oh,
why are you here?
I know.
Yeah.
9 o'clock at night, they're just getting.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't sleep. I'd be up all
No,
night.
no. But that's part of the culture. So
Yeah. We were talking at the beginning of the show, you and I mentioned to you that yesterday I had the pleasure of going up to Salisbury Beach, and I had lunch at Sea Glass with
yeah.
my brother Bob,
Mhm.
and it was such the scenery, just looking at the ocean. I mean, the color and everything immaculate, not a piece of litter anywhere. I mean, and you wonder why I love the winter. This is why I love the winter. You get on a
Mhm.
highway, you can do the speed limit. It's a pleasure instead of bumper to bumper traffic and
I know, yes.
cutting you off and this, that, and the other thing. But
Yeah.
yesterday was a Chamber of Commerce day, and I'm sure today is a Chamber of Commerce day. But I had a dish of salmon, and boy, I have to tell you, mm, 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 mm. I hated to see it end. I actually brought some home, and it was on a bed of risotto.
Yeah.
And man,
Mhm.
I was a happy camper. I was humming all the way home. I had the oldie station on. I'm humming away because I was very content. The one thing that I'm getting in the habit of doing, Lou, is now instead of having like a lunch, like a sandwich or whatever, a salad or whatever the case may be, I seem to be leaning toward like around 3:30 in the afternoon, having a combination supper and lunch.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working for me. I mean, I've never been a small guy. I mean, but I love food. And I eat way too much. My appetite, I'm never full. I mean, never
Mm,
full.
I'll say you can do that and not eat before bed.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
won't pick.
Okay.
And I won't, once I brush my teeth, that's it. I'm done.
you're
Oh, yeah.
really
Oh, sure. Right, Mary Ann? You got to take,
right.
these guys, they're 81 years old. I got to take care of them.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I just wanted to say yesterday, and it's all in the preparation. I mean, you could have someone cooking salmon in one restaurant, and it's
yes.
okay. You go someplace else, and you say, "Holy cow!" And it's the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
fish.
Mhm,
It's just outstanding, just outstanding.
mhm.
And like I said, to see the beach look like that, my gosh. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Just beautiful. I wish it would be like that all year long, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
um, I wanted to ask you, you've been around for quite a few years now. Everybody knows you, and
Mhm.
your career is really is amazing. It really is. What was the most challenging aspect of your career for Mary Ann Esposito?
I guess trying to convince a New England TV station to do an Italian cooking show when, I live in New Hampshire. There were no Italians in New Hampshire. You couldn't, you, they, there was no reference point from where to go with an idea like this because they were New Englanders. There's nothing wrong with that, but it was a hard sell to go to a TV station and say, "Hey, I would like to do a show about Assobuco." I mean, it was like a
You want to
foreign
do
language.
what? About
Well,
what?
you know, that's right. They looked at me like, who is this lady? I mean, really? They were very kind, and I had a whole proposal and everything ready, and they kept nodding their head. Nice. It's nice that she showed up and all that, but we'll let you know. And then when I left there, I said, this is never going to work because they don't understand
Yeah.
what it was that I was trying to do. So that was difficult. Yeah.
Okay.
So I forgot about it for a while until they came back to me and said, hey, we're thinking about, let's do a pilot, see what this is all about. And then, we went from there.
And of course, your husband being a professional, a doctor,
Yeah.
I mean, you were kind of on your own because with his schedule, I mean, he
Oh,
really, I mean,
yeah.
but
No,
the concept of Ciao Italia was you and you alone, correct?
well, it was a combination of me and my husband Guy because what happened was, I started going to Italy early on in the 80s
Okay.
to study in different regions of Italy in the different cooking schools, credited cooking schools. So
Oh, I
I
didn't
was
know
there.
that. Okay.
So I was there. So one year when I'm going to Sorrento, my husband says, I'll go with you. Oh, okay. So he shows up and I'm in this cooking school where, we're learning how to do pasta, which I, had learned how to do that at home, but still, we're part of the class. And after the class, he said to me, he said, you know what, you ought to think about maybe doing this at home. Do it for your cable TV, just a local thing. We weren't thinking about national exposure on PBS. So I thought, okay, so when I got home, I thought about it and I said, no. So what I started doing was teaching adult ed classes on Italian regional food at the local high school. And now when I look back on that, I think I was absolutely crazy. I had two small children. I had a husband who was on call the whole time. I
Yeah.
would go teach these classes at night, lugging bags of groceries up 4 or 5 flights of stairs,
Uh,
prepping all of this stuff, getting all these people to come, cooking everything, cleaning up everything, putting everything back in the bags, lug everything back 4 flights of stairs, go home. It's now 11 p.m. I'm,
wow.
yeah. So, I mean, was I doing this for money? No way. I was doing this because I loved what I did. So, to me, it was fun to teach people, but it was long, it was hard. But that's how I started out.
Yeah. Well, something, all the pieces came together. Thank God for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, they
you
did.
had, you need a little bit of luck, you need a lot of skill,
Right.
and you need a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
And your mom was a dietitian.
Yes, not she became a dietitian when she was 54 years old.
Oh, wow.
She says to my father, "Well, I'm going to school now because what?" you know. So she did. She became a dietitian and then got a job as the head of the department in the Erie County, I don't want to call it the old folks home, but the residence where, retired people lived. And she became the head. So what she would do, instead of these people getting these mundane meals every day, she would go to the local grocers around and she'd ask them if she could get some props so she could do the dining room up really Italian style. So
Oh, wow.
she'd have these fake prosciutto hanging up, grapes. She would have orecchio cheeses that were all plastic.
Louis does that now.
I do.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And she would do these huge meals to the music of Frank Sinatra. The dining room was full of, tablecloths and wine bottles. And these people loved it. In fact, I have an apron that my mother wore in this institution where all of the staff took her name, which was Louise, and for every letter of her name, they made some comment about her, like L is for the love you share.
Oh,
I
I like
still
this.
I still have this apron. And I made it part of the memoir that I'm writing because it so describes my mother, who was just generous to a fault. She actually gave her shirt when she was at the dentist, speaking about your teeth. One day my father's driving her to the dentist. It's the middle of winter in Buffalo, New York. My dad says, "I'll sit in the car, read the paper." Okay. My mother goes into the dentist. She comes out and she says to my father, whose name was Rosario, she says, "Roy, turn up the heat. I'm absolutely freezing." He says, "What's wrong with you?" She says, "Well, the receptionist loved my shirt so much that I gave it to her. So now I'm sitting in my coat and slip." That was my mother. I
Wow.
have so many stories like this. It's just,
When you can
yeah.
think back and think of your parents or your grandparents about situations and things that happened and it brings a
Yeah.
smile, that speaks volumes. And speaking of smiles, you know what's going to make me smile?
What?
If I go and listen to our commercials.
That's
Because
what I thought you were
without
gonna
our sponsors, I'm a deep doo-doo. You know what I mean? Louis, why don't you take us out? We'll be right back, Mary Ann, everybody. And we got a great show coming up, that's for sure.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
This is Tom Zappola. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, The Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Play more, earn more, win more at Encore Boston Harbor. Sign up for Win Rewards today and score $50 in free play instantly. Score even more as you play your favorite games. New members will also receive $25 in free play for every 100 tier credits earned playing with your new Win Rewards card. Highly rewarding instantly. Visit EncoreBostonHarbor.com for more information. New members only. Further terms and conditions apply. If you or a loved one is experiencing problems with gambling and needs support, call 800-327-5050 or visit GamblingHelpLineMA.org to speak with a trained specialist. Specialists are available 24/7 and services are free, confidential, and available in multiple languages.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kunstler,
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
He is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back with Mary Ann Esposito. And Mary Ann, we have a caller for you. Caller, you're on the Sicilian Corner podcast.
Good morning, Michael and Mary Ann. How are you?
We're doing well, thank you.
It's Roger.
Roger the Dodger.
Okay. Hi, Roger.
Oh, my God. I love when you're on the show, Mary Ann. It just livens up everything, and it kind of makes Mike's job a lot easier, I guess.
Yeah, a lot easier. You kidding me? I could do this remote control. Yeah. I never have to look for words when I have Mary Ann with us. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Mary Ann, I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm a one-trick pony. And I know your book about the gardening thing. How is Gaetano doing? And is he starting his seeds? Because in another week or so, I'm starting my peppers, and 2 weeks after that, I'm starting my tomatoes. I can't wait.
Wow.
I love you, because you know where Gaetano is right now? He's in the seed store. Yes. And he's got his grow lights all ready to go in the basement. So, we start everything in the basement. These vegetables, and I applaud you that you're starting now too, because now is the time to start. But these vegetables that we grow in the summer, they're a fortune. They cost a fortune when you think about everything that goes into this. you're putting them, you're putting the seedlings in. First, you're getting the medium to plant the seeds, watering them in the basement, going downstairs constantly, upstairs, downstairs, bring them outside, harden them off, take them up to the garden, plow up the ground, put in the seedling, water them, pinch them back when they're starting to grow.
I'm exhausted.
You know something, Mary Ann, I love you for saying that. People think that growing their own vegetables is economic.
Oh,
It is
no,
not.
no,
It's basically knowing where your food comes from.
Exactly.
Wow.
You hit the nail on the head, and I hope you have a copy of my latest book, Ciao Italia Plant Harvest.
There you go. Just happened to have it.
Right.
And
What's a little self-promotion,
Hey,
really? Yeah.
you're entitled,
and I
girl.
can't wait. I can't wait for my my garlic to come up.
Yeah.
Went to the 140 head cloves
Of garlic?
Not,
Wow.
not that far after back surgery, by the way.
Oh my Lord. I hope it's not
Always
elephant
because
garlic. I hope it's not
I'm a
elephant
sick
garlic.
person.
Is it elephant garlic?
Well, I do. I just have two of them, music and God, I forget the other one. But what I love about garlic is it's the first thing that comes up in the garlic in the spring.
Yeah.
And it just soothes my spirit.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good.
Hey, Roger, it's a pleasure to hear from you, bud.
Okay, people, enjoy.
Thank you.
Keep planting.
Yeah, keep planting and harvesting and cooking. There you go. We got the whole 9 yards. Mary Ann, Andy Parisi says that he has a picture with you. It was probably at one of your book signings.
Yeah.
And Andy's been with us since day one, really, as has Nancy Patera DeMarco. She's one of your big fans. And Valerie's saying, what's wrong with elephant garlic?
Well, I should probably just, tell you how I feel about our elephant garlic. It looks nice, it's big and all that, but doesn't have a lot of bite. It doesn't have a lot of flavor. So there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people like that, but in my book, the last book that I wrote, I told you how to get garlic to be really sweet tasting. And a good way to use it is to, first of all, roast the whole head. So the whole head of garlic, you just wipe the outside with some olive oil. Now you want to make sure that the garlic that you're getting, if you're going to the store and you don't have your own garlic at home, there are no torn papers, open slots, brown spots, or anything like that. It should feel heavy and it should be tight. The papers should be right tight right around it. I just put these on a bake sheet. I cut off the top a little bit down, like 1/4 of an inch down, so just exposing the top part.
That's exactly right.
And I bake it, for about 45 minutes. It becomes very soft.
Then you cook it at a low temperature, like 325 or
325, 350, 350. Then you can just slip the garlic out of the paper itself. It just slips right out. Yeah. And now, instead of you having to mince garlic, waiting for it to cook down and all that, all you have to do is get your olive oil going, and you've got this smooth, already, ready to go, kind of pasty looking garlic. So it's a good way to do it. So elephant garlic is fine. Don't get me wrong. It's just not something I like because I just don't think it's got enough bite. But that's just me.
I had an opportunity to visit garlic country in California, and I can't think of the name of
Gilroy.
Gilroy.
See?
Yeah, you know something? Besides a pretty face, you're pretty smart. You're a pretty smart woman. No wonder you were going to be a teacher. Gilroy. Yeah. You knew when you were about 4 or 5 miles away from Gilroy because all you could smell was garlic.
I imagine.
And you go into these stores, Lou, they had soap with garlic. I mean, you name it, they had it. Everything with garlic. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. I loved it. But garlic is good for you, health wise. It's really it offers a lot. Speaking of health, I'm talking about really very, very green extra virgin olive oil. How healthy that is for you. Would you like to just say a few words about the health benefits of having a teaspoon or a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil?
Well, there are studies out right now. In fact, I just read a recent study that said if you took if you just drank 2 tablespoons of olive oil a day,
I do.
okay,
I have for
you
a long time.
it actually could lower your cholesterol and your LDLs.
That's right.
And this is a study that they did on, I forget how many hundreds of people they did, 100,000 people or so. So we all, if you're Italian, obviously you cook with olive oil. But the thing is, there is so much myth out there about what is extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
And you go to the store and you see all these different olive oils in the aisle, and most of them are not the real thing. I hate to say it.
No, it's true.
But it's not the real thing. You are better off going with a small estate bottled olive oil. How are you going to know that? Well, you're going to look on the bottle, see where does this olive oil come from. All the information you need is on the back of that bottle.
Yep.
Now, if it says product of Italy, that is no guarantee. And the reason that is no guarantee is because olives can come from anywhere, from Tunisia, from wherever. And they bring these olives into Italy and they process them there. So now they can say product of Italy.
Right.
So this is very misleading. What I tend to do is I tend to buy olive oils that have different flavor combinations for different reasons. Most extra virgin olive oil you should use raw, as a condiment, like drizzle it on fish, cooked fish, or meat, or on vegetables. If you are going to Italy, let's say you're going to Florence, one of the classic dishes to have there is something called bistecca alla fiorentina. Bistecca means steak. And it's not just any steak, but it comes from a special breed of cow called the Chianini cow. So you go in a restaurant, you want a steak in Florence, don't ask for it ben cotto. Oh no, they'll throw you right out. Ben cotto means well done.
Yeah,
so in Tuscany, in Florence, your steak is just warmed on the grill, just warmed. It's still basically raw. And then they serve it to you with either a little tuft of arugula on top and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, maybe a squirt of lemon. Some places do. But yeah, it's just, I need a whole hour to talk about olive oil. I don't have time here with you, but cold pressed means, no extraneous heat was used to extract the oil from the olives, and the olives are pressed as soon as they're harvested with the pits and all harvested. So then through centrifuge, the water is taken out of the olives, and what you're left with is the olive oil. By law, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, cannot have more than 1% acidic acid. So if it's extra virgin, those olives have been harvested and processed immediately. They're cold pressed, and they have less than 1% oleic acid, and they come in a dark bottle. Everything you see on the shelf in the grocery store that's in a plastic white bottle,
forget it.
Bad, because light and heat are two of the biggest enemies of extra virgin olive oil.
No, those light bottles, that's Americani. I mean, really.
That's refined oil. I don't even know what's in there, but that's refined oil.
I'm going to
haul me off to jail.
I'm going to send you some information about the oil that I get.
Okay.
And I mean, it's, it's like $56 for a small bottle.
Yeah, and it's right now the
let
olive oil is
let
crazy.
me tell you something. I will not, before I have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in the morning.
Yeah,
I have
the
2
olive oil.
tablespoons of that.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for quite a while.
It's a lot of calories, I will say that, but 120 calories in a tablespoon. So just so you know.
You know something, the more weight you carry, Mary Ann, it pulls the wrinkles down from your face. See, I can convince myself of almost anything.
No, but I mean that it is it's got a lot of calories, but it's good for you. But there's that trade-off is all I'm saying is But
Well,
hey, there are worse things you could be eating. I mean,
you know, I'm glad you feel the way you feel about extra virgin olive oil
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm getting Barbara into it now, and my
Yeah.
brother, and
Mhm.
you know, the whole family. And I really believe that as we age, it has extreme benefits
It does.
without having, you know, repercussions later on. You take a pill. I mean, this isn't. You take a tablespoon of olive oil, or it's not going to your stomach. It's not going through your, you know, I mean, people take pills and vitamins, and you really,
Yeah.
if you eat well, you shouldn't have to. You really,
It's
am I
true.
right?
Yes, you are absolutely right. Yes.
You know, uh, Nancy wrote in, she says, "Oh, I like that. Removes wrinkles. I'm going to have 3 tablespoons of that."
Yeah.
You know, you and I were talking about Joe Farrow and how
Yeah.
what a nice down to earth, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, you have to give him so much credit, and
Yeah.
you know, and success has not spoiled him. He's as
No.
honest as true. But
Yeah.
Nancy is his aunt. Nancy
Oh,
Patera, that's Joe Farrow's aunt.
okay. I think
Yeah,
Nancy was maybe in one of my cooking classes down there.
I think she was.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think she was. And
Yeah.
speaking of that, I mean, Jeepus, last year at the Feast of the Three Saints in Lawrence, and you know, we did that cooking show. You did that cooking show. The
Mhm.
amount of people that were there for kind of an off time, like middle of the afternoon type, because that's
Yeah.
not prime time for us at the feast.
Yeah.
And the reason the society invited you is because to draw people. And boy, I'll
Mhm.
tell you that there wasn't a seat to be had. There wasn't.
Mhm.
And I can't believe, I mean, how many pictures that I have to take for people that wanted to pose with you. I mean, that must make you, you know, something. You have to look at yourself and say, you know, something, I must be doing something right. And you are. You
Well,
are.
I like people. I like being with
I do
people.
too.
You
I
know,
do
I
too.
mean,
You're going to hit
it's,
some jerks here and there. You can't help it.
you know, I mean,
And there are a lot of people that I learned that jealousy is awful. It really is. It's an awful thing. But you know something, the way you promote our Italian culture, traditions, and whatnot, it's a credit. It's a credit to you, and
thank you. Thank you.
that to me is very good. You know, we're going to have a Mikey So Now You Know segment coming up shortly, and I don't know if you're familiar with it, but this is a new segment for us, and we're having fun with it. And today, in your honor, and because I know you live in the beautiful town of Durham, it's going to be centered around the town of Durham, and you may hear some information. Now, I want you to pay attention. You got a pencil and paper?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to take some notes down.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
I
only
got it.
kidding. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. But anyway, Louis, why don't you take us out? And when we come back, we're gonna have Mikey tell us more, and you know something, we'll have fun with it, and then we'll come back with Mary Ann and close off our show. So one more commercial break, and then we're free to noontime.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's, honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Play more, earn more, win more at Encore Boston Harbor. Sign up for Win Rewards today and score $50 in free play instantly. Score even more as you play your favorite games. New members will also receive $25 in free play for every 100 tier credits earned playing with your new Win Rewards card. Highly rewarding instantly. Visit EncoreBostonHarbor.com for more information. New members only. Further terms and conditions apply. If you or a loved one is experiencing problems with gambling and needs support, call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org to speak with a trained specialist. Specialists are available 24/7 and services are free, confidential, and available in multiple languages.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kunstler.
Owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
Hello, this is Rico Petroselli. Now it's time for Mikey Scratson. Time for Mikey. Oh,
right, hold on. Take two.
Hello, this is Rico Petroselli. Now it's time for Mikey. Tell us more.
Today's segment is not about what happened, but more importantly, what did not happen in the pristine Great Bay Estuary watershed, which is in New Hampshire and Maine. Some of you remember back when in 1974, 1973, 74, gas prices were extremely high, and there was actually limits to how many gallons you could buy, along with long waits at gas stations. It was really a pain in the butt. Unknown to a lot of people, Greek tycoon Aristotle Onassis wanted to turn the home of the University of New Hampshire in lovely Durham, New Hampshire, into the home of the world's largest oil refineries. Plans called for huge oil tankers to unload 400,000 gallons of crude oil daily on one of the islands. I believe it was Star Island. A pipeline would then deliver it 7 miles inland to the planned world's largest oil refinery called Olympic Oil Refinery that Onassis owned. It would have been located on the shores of Great Bay in the quaint town of Durham. Back then, there were probably 55 to 5,800 people that called that home in 1974. The estimated cost, Lou, to build this refinery would have been the biggest refinery in the world. In 1974 dollars, $600 million.
Wow.
Oh,
600 million. Imagine that, Mary Ann.
oh no.
I mean, cheapest. You know, you could buy a Volkswagen brand new right off the assembly line, right? $2,000.
Yeah.
You buy a brand new car.
Mhm.
They're going to spend $600 million to build this refinery. That Great Bay estuary on the East Coast is so important. There's over 162 different species of birds, fish, and plant life that call those pristine waters home.
Mhm.
In the fall, and Mary Ann, you live there, you know, the migration of birds is just breathtaking. I mean, it is a gigantic rest area for birds traveling.
Right.
So starting in 1973, Olympic Oil quietly put on a full court press, trying to grease the skids more or less for approval of their refinery. But supporters, I'm sorry, I should have said big supporters like the governor of New Hampshire, Meldrum Thomas, and William Loeb. William Loeb was the publisher of the only statewide newspaper, and he had a very, very heavy editorial hand. Well, these two men endorsed all of Onassis' plans and to get this refinery built. And I'll tell you, they were prepared to support Onassis all the way to the bank, believe me when I tell you. But Goliath, Aristotle Onassis, Thompson, and Loeb, they ran into a buzzsaw, Mary Ann.
I know.
Oh, you know a little bit about this?
I know exactly who these women were that stopped him, because one of them lived in my neighborhood right here.
Exactly.
It was
Exactly.
Phyllis Bennett and then Senator Dudley Dudley. Those two women stopped him in his tracks.
You know something? Talk about a grassroots effort. And I'm so happy that you're familiar with the story, because I didn't know if you were living in that area back then.
I wasn't here when Onassis tried, but we came shortly thereafter. And I actually live on the Oyster River, so I know, what this is all about.
Yeah. And that's why I chose this particular subject, because I want to do it in honor of you. And Phyllis Bennett, who you mentioned, she was the publisher of a small liberal newspaper. And it was called Public Occurrences, I think it was something like that.
I can't remember what the name was, but she was also at the University of New Hampshire. I think she worked in one of the chancellor's offices. I'm not sure. She's since passed away along with her husband.
I saw that.
But I think Dudley's still around. I'm not, I think she is.
Nancy Sandberg. She was
Nancy Sandberg, very big name there.
Very outspoken.
Outspoken.
And she went before the council in Durham and managed to get a vote taken.
Yeah.
And back then they had 1,000 voters show up, and there was 9-1 against having the refinery. And you mentioned Dudley. That's I wonder if I could go by Mikey. What do you think?
Well, you often have. I mean, so
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, she was a U.S. She was a state legislator.
Yeah.
And she managed to go before the state legislature to back the Durham decision by approving Home Rule HB 18. And that says basically you have the right to say what happens in your own hometown. And you know something? The conservative New Hampshire lawmakers passed it, And because of all of this that took place with these three women that
Mhm.
caused all this publicity
Right.
and brought things to the forefront, and some of the things that were going on behind the scenes, these deals that were taking place, they managed to kill Onassis's plans for this huge, huge refinery that was going to be built in the Durham, New Hampshire area. And I can't even imagine today if that happened, how what it would look like today.
Oh, it would be like a mini Manhattan with, ugly buildings and I can't even imagine it.
Mary Ann,
Well,
are you familiar with the bench that Durham?
yes, the bench is at Wagon Hill.
That's right.
Wagon Hill Farm. I mean, I go trekking over there a lot, so I see the bench a lot. Yeah, there's a bench there, dedicated to them, to
Yeah,
these
the
women.
granite
Yeah,
bench, Louis, and I'll tell you
granite bench.
that park is beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's
It
gorgeous.
really is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
absolutely incredible, and
Mhm.
it's right off of Route 4.
Yeah. Yep.
Two
Mhm.
things: $600 million in 1974 is $3.94 billion today.
Today.
Give
Yeah.
you an idea. And I'm also looking at a picture of Dudley Dudley from 1974, and I would listen to anything that woman had to say.
Mhm.
Wow, unbelievable. Well, anyway, listen. Thank God things happened the way they happened, and we're able to enjoy our seaside and all this beautiful, pristine land that it's basically untouched and has been since the Indians or the American natives
Native
or whatever you want to
Americans,
call them lived here.
Mhm.
And something, Mary Ann, that concludes Mikey. Tell us more segment for this week.
That was very nice of you to include that little segment. Now that it's we're coming up on 250 years of our history, being America.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah.
nice little segment to throw in. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you appreciated our efforts. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose.
That's
But
good.
we give it a fair shake.
Mhm.
Now your new book is going to be titled.
Well, the working title right now is Eating My Words. It's an Italian-American culinary journey, and it travels from childhood to where I am now, how I got to do what I'm doing. And so I'm working on it. I've been working on it for about a year and a half. So it's a memoir, it's a story. It also has recipes in it. But
Oh, wow.
it isn't specifically a recipe book, but it has recipes in it tied to a lot of the stories that are in the book. But it's going to be another year before it's out. But it does take me a while because I pick at it and I change words and all of that. So you're not in it, but I'll try to do something.
Wait a minute. What did you just say? Whoa. Back up. Whoa. What did you? I'm not in it.
No.
I don't blame you.
You couldn't get away with it, Mary Ann.
I'll work something around there.
Valerie's saying she can't wait to get your new book. So
No,
you
thank you,
keep us in the loop here at the Sicilian Corner podcast, and we pass everything on as soon as we get it. Are you planning on a trip to a part of Italy this year?
Yes, I'm going to take a group in the fall in September.
Whereabouts?
I'm taking the Piedmont, northern Italy.
Oh, cool.
Alba and Turin. A lot of people don't go there because it's such a wonderful region. So I've got a group of 22, I think. Right now I have room for maybe 2 or 3 more. And in May, I'm taking a group to Portugal. Portugal is really hot right now, and it's a Mediterranean country. It has a lot of similarities with Italy, of course.
Yeah.
So I'll be
People
taking.
are wonderful.
Yes, and
I had
food is
I had the
yeah.
I had the privilege of staying on the island of Madeira.
Oh, you
And
did?
I was there for a week, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you talk about humble,
Nice
down
people.
to earth,
Mhm.
and it's almost like, Mary Ann, you're frozen in time.
Yeah.
Everything is so simple.
Mhm.
It's amazing. You go out, you go down by the harbor, you pick out, you look for the fish that you want, or
Mhm.
you see the chefs down there picking out fish, and
Yeah.
they're gonna cook it in their restaurant that night.
Yeah.
But the people themselves really make that island extremely special. It's not an easy island to drive because it's a volcanic rock. The roads are very, very narrow. And
Mhm.
but I'll tell you, what an experience. One of the nicest experiences that I've ever had in my life. I just loved being there. And it was all about the people. And I just, Madeira wine to me is a little sweet. It's not one of my favorites, but I mean, you walk into, there's a lot of embroidery that goes on, a lot of embroidery shops. And Louis, it'll be 9 o'clock in the morning their time. And, you know, they have bottles of Madeira wine open. You pour yourself, it's like having a cup of coffee, except you're drinking Madeira.
Right. Yeah.
And the way they can harvest, it's all rock. And their beaches, Mary Ann, I don't know if you've ever been, but their beaches, they spray all this rock with a thin membrane, like a Teflon.
Oh.
And when the tide comes in, it floods all these areas of rock and it creates pools of water. And with that hot sun, it heats it up. And that's what they refer to as their beach. There's no sand.
Okay.
There's no sand. But the restrooms and everything about it, I'll tell you, what a beautiful place to go to. And in Madeira, you have the famous Reed's Hotel, and that's a whole different level. And boy, I'll tell you, talk about being stuffy. Holy chiboli.
Oh, well, I'll have to put that on my list. I haven't been to Madeira, but
you would go nuts. You would go crazy. I mean, because like I said, between the people, the food, you got to like fish. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're out in the middle of the ocean. You know, something, what better place to have fish than that?
You better like bacala, because that's the national dish of Portugal.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, just they have different ways of curing it, but you know, the Italians, that salted cod, put it in the bathtub, rinse the salt out of it.
I remember my grandmother.
I know you do. Yeah. I know you do. Hey, listen, girlfriend, I want to thank you very much for joining us today. Really.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's a privilege, and I mean that sincerely. You and I have a great relationship, and may it continue many more years. And I wish you nothing but the best, you and Guy, going forward.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you, Lou, too. I never get to talk with him.
I know we talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lou is sitting at his desk counting money. I don't know why. I don't know what the heck is going on. But listen, hey, next week, everybody, we're going to be doing our Sicilian show. But we have the honor and the privilege of having our guest host right here in the studio, sitting right there.
Oh.
And that's the plans. Now, things can change, but right now we're looking forward to it. And
too bad for her.
Welcoming Esther in the studio. That's right.
Instead of being in Sicily, she's going to be here.
She's going to be here.
Too bad.
What a bummer.
Yeah.
Hey. You know, winter has its beauty. All right. Winter in New England has its beauty. At least I think so. Anyway. Hey, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today. Mary Ann. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao.
Take care, everybody.
Ciao.